Hello everyone, have a good day. This is Teacher Ricky B. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial video, I will discuss percentage, rate, and base. We will talk about identifying element such as percentage, rate, and base in a given word problem and translate them into mathematical equation. I will also discuss formula, or we will be deriving formula related to our topic. Likewise, you will encounter shortcut method in solving percentage, rate, and base. If you are new to my YouTube channel, you can hit subscribe button and notification bell so that you will be updated to my uploaded tutorial videos. What is percentage anyway? Percentage, it is the number taken from the word or from the base. It is written without percent sign or symbol, and it is formed before or after the word is. Rate defines what part of the percentage is of the base. Usually, it is expressed in percent or accompanied by a percent sign and can be found before the word of. While base, it represents the whole part or it is the number from which a percentage is taken. It can be found after the word of. So in this given word problem, let's identify percentage, rate, and base. From the given definition of percentage, it is formed before or after the word is. So if we take a look on the given word problem, what is formed before the word is? So we can say that what is percentage, and is can be written as equal. Rate defined or can be expressed in percent or accompanied by a percent sign. Therefore, 80% with a percent sign can be named as rate. And base can be found after the word of. So 50 is found after the word of. And of can be expressed as a multiplication sign. And 50 will be identified as base. So that's how we identify the element percentage, rate, and base in a given word problem. Let's have another example. 30% of what number is 42? Let's identify the percentage, rate, and base. So based from the given definition of percentage, it is formed before or after the word is. However, in the given word problem, this might confuse you between what number and 42. Since what number is written before the word is and 42 is found after the word is. Remember that in identifying percentage, rate, and base in a given word problem, we should always consider all elements according to the given clues or definition. So since here, what number comes after the word of, so what number may be named as other element. So here, 42 will be our percentage since it is written after the word of, after the word is, and it has no conflict between the word of. So 42 will be identified as percentage, and is can be written as an equal sign. Then rate as well always accompanied by a percent sign. So 35 with a percent sign can be identified as a rate. Then base can be found after the word of. So, what number is identified or found after the word of? And of can be written as multiplication sign, and what number will be the element base? So, that's how we identify percentage, rate, and base in a given word problem. Let's have another one example. 76 is what percent of 190? So let's identify percentage, rate, and base. So based from the given definition of percentage, it is formed before or after the word is. So 76 is formed after the word is. Therefore, 76 will be the element P or percentage, and is can be written as an equal sign. And rate, usually expressed in percent, are accompanied by a percent sign. Therefore, what percent will be written or will be identified as rate. And base can be found after the word of. So 190 is found or written after the word of. And of can be expressed as a multiplication sign, and 190 will be identified as the base. So now that you have an idea on identifying the percentage, rate, and base in a given word problem, let's now proceed to translating word problem into mathematical equation and derive formula based from the solution that we perform. What is 80% of 50? So before we derive a mathematical equation, we will name the element in this given word problem. So what represents the percentage because it is formed before the word is, and is can be written as an equal sign. And 80% will be our rate because it is identified with a percent sign. And 50 and of will be written as multiplication sign. And 50 will be our base because it is written or found after the word of. So this time, since we already identified the elements in the given word problem, we will now give the value or write the equal value of each element. So based from the given word problem, what has no given value, so we will be just writing P, and is equal. So since 80% is a percent is in percent form, we can also show or write or represent 80% into different or various ways to show it since to show 80 out of 100. So since percent is means per 100, we can write 80% into decimal form, fractional form or fraction form, and ratio form. This time, we will be expressing 80% as a decimal form. So 80% as decimal form. How do we express 80% as decimal form? Since percent means per 100, so all we have to do is we will be just dividing 80 by 100. So since we cannot divide 80 by 100, we will be adding 0, decimal point, and add 0. So it will become 800. So we can now divide 800 divided by 100. The quotient will be 8. Then write the decimal point above from the original decimal place. So multiply 8 times 100 is equal to 800. Then subtract 800 minus 800 is 0. So what we got here is 0.8, which means 8 tenths. So since percent is always in a hundred form, all we have to do is add 0 to the right to make it 8.8 hundredths. So we can derive now that 80% written to decimal form is 0.8 hundredths. So rate will be 80 hundredths, then times the value of B is 50. So the equation form is P is equal to 80 hundredths times 50. So to solve As you can see here, P is the missing element or information in the given word problem. So we will be looking for the value of P. So we will be just writing P equals multiply rate times base. So 80 hundredths times 50, the product will be 40. So here, we can easily say or derive a formula that if percentage is missing, the formula to get percentage will be percentage is equal to rate times base. So that's how we write equation in a given word problem and then derive a formula if percentage is missing. Again, the formula in getting the percentage is P equals R times B. So we used here decimal form. So this time, let's try to use the fraction form in solving this word problem. As identified previously, what is the percentage is equal to sign or equal sign. 80% will be our rate and of will be multiplication sign and 50 will be the base. So let's change 80% to fraction form. So P equals, since percent means per 100, so 80 per 100 or 80 over 100 times 50. So this time we can factor 150. Since 150 are both divisible by 50. So 100 divided by 50 is equal to 2. 50 divided by 50 is equal to 1. Therefore, P equals 80 times 1 is 80 and divided by 2. So percentage is equal to 40. So again, we used here fraction form. Represent percent to in fraction form. So we can derive formula as percentage is equal to R times B. So let's go to the next example. 76 is what percent of 190? So let's identify each element in the given word problem. 76 will be our percentage because it is written or found before the word is. And is can be expressed as a equal sign. And what percent will be our element R because percent word is given. And of can be written as multiplication sign. And 190 will be our base because it is written or found after the word of. So after finding the element in the given word problem, the next step is to give or write the equal value of each element. So P or percentage, the value is 76 equals R has no given value yet times base. So the value of B or base is equal to 190. So this will be our equation. Now, what is the missing element or information in the given word problem upon writing it in equation? So the missing is R or rate. So to find R, all we have to do is to divide both equation by 190. Okay, so R times 190 divided by 190. So we can cancel out 190 divided by 190 because the quotient will be 1. So if we multiply R times 1, the product is R, or what is left is R. So we can transpose R here and then equals and then write 76 divided by 190. So this time, the missing element now is R. So where did we get 76? 76 represents as the P and 190 is our base. So all we have to do to get R or rate, we have to divide percentage by the base. So if we divide 76 divided by 190, the quotient will be 0.40. So let's illustrate this one. 76 divided by 190. So since 76 rather, sorry. So 76 divided by 190. Since 76 cannot be divided by 190, we can make it as a decimal and add decimal point and 0. So, how many 190 can we group out of 760 or from 760? So, we can have 4. Then, write the decimal point above its place. 4 times 190 is 760. Then 760 minus 760 is 0. So again, since we are looking for percent, okay, so since we are looking for percent, we will be uh, multiplying 40% by 100. Okay, so multiply 40 or 0.40 times 100. So that will be our rate. So R is equal to 40. So since rate is the missing element, as you can remember, rate is always expressed with a percent sign. So do not forget to write the percent sign or symbol. So based from the given word problem and upon the solution, upon we do the solution, we can derive a formula that in getting R or rate, or if the missing element is rate, all we have to do is divide the percentage by the base. So the derived formula will be rate equals P or percentage divided by the base. And always write percent sign on the final answer. So next, let's have this one. 35% of what number is 42? So let's identify the element. 35% will be the rate because it is written with a percent sign. And of can be expressed as multiplication sign. And what number will be our base because it is found after the word of. And is can be written as an equal sign. And 42 will be our percentage because it is written after or found after the word is. Now let's give the value or write the equal value of each element. Again, rate is 35%. So since it is in that form, we can write it in decimal form. So 35%. So for a shortcut method, we can do it this one. Instead of dividing it by 100, we can just simply ignore percent and then move two places or two decimal places going to the right and add decimal point and 0. So rate will be 0.35 hundredths. Okay, then times base has no given value and equals, and the value of P is 42. So this will be our mathematical equation. So based from the derived mathematical equation, we can easily detect that the missing element or information in that given word problem is base. So how do we get base? All we have to do is to divide both equation by 35. So both equation by divide it by 0.35. So we can cancel out 0.35 divided by 0.35, that is 1. So what is left is B equals, so divide 42 divided by 0.35. So if we divide that one, what we get will be 120. So the base is 120. So we can name that what number as 120. So based from the solution that we perform, we can derive a formula that if base is the missing information or missing element, so since 42 is named to be P and 0.35 is the rate, so we can easily derive a formula that in getting the base, all we have to do is divide percentage by the rate, or the formula base is equal to P divided by R or percentage divided by R. So hope you learned something from our discussion on how to identify the elements in a given word problem and deriving or translating each word problem into mathematical equation and derive a formula out of those mathematical equation that we have. So this time, let me show to you the derived formula that we get. So If percentage is missing element, all we have to do is to follow this formula. P stand for percentage equals rate times base. And if we are looking for rate, the formula will be rate is equal to percentage divided by the base. And if base is missing, all we have to do is follow this formula. Base equals P divided by R. Okay, so those are the derived formula that we have after uh, having those discussion or showing solution or after performing the solution and make a solution out of the problem. So this time, let me introduce to you the Tekans triangle. What is Tekans triangle? From the word triangle, it is shown to be like this one. A triangle that are divided into three parts. So the above part will be named as P, the left side part of the triangle will be named as R, and then the right side part will be named as B, wherein P is stand for percentage, R is rate, and B is base. So this line uh, represents to be an operation of division. And then the lines that divided R and B will be multiplication or times. So if we will derive from the Tekans triangle, if we were going to derive a formula, we can easily say that if P is missing, we can write P is equal to R times base. So since this one is multiplication and this one is division. So if base is missing, we can say that P divided by R. So P divided by R. And if rate is missing, we can write the formula as R is equal to P divided by the base. So that is according to the Tekans triangle. So if we show this one and if we compare this derived formula, this formula according to Tekans triangle to the derived formula that we got, if we're going to compare them, they are the same. So see, percentage is the same. If we're going to base, and then the rate is the same. So this Tekans triangle can help you in writing the formula or just remember the derived formula that we have. So let's try the following example. Let's do it together if you understand the previous discussion that we have. 5% of 60 is what number? So this time, first step is to identify the element. So 5% will be our rate, okay? And of can be written as times sign. 60 will be our base because it is written after the word of. And is can be expressed as equal. And what number will be our percentage because it is found after the word is. So the next step, name the value of each element. So R is 5% times base is 60 and P has no given value. So therefore, based from the equation that we have, the missing element is P. So we can use the Tekans triangle formula or we can use the derived formula that we have since they are just the same. So all we have to do since P is missing, the formula will be P R times B. So P equals R times B. Then give the value. So 5%. Okay. So 5% express it to decimal form. So the decimal form of that is 0.05 times the base is 60. Then multiply. So if we multiply here 0.05 times 60, 5 times 0 is 0, 0. Then 6 times 5 or 5 times 6 is 30. Bring down 0, carry 3. 0 times 6 is 0 plus 3 is 3. Then add the partial product 0, 0, 3. So since we have decimal numbers in the factors or the numbers that we multiply, we will be moving two decimal places going to the right. So the answer will be P is equal to 3. Or we can use the factor form, such P is equal to R times B. Okay, let's illustrate this one. P equals, what is the rate? So rate is 5 over 100 times 60. So we can factor 100 by 60 since they are both divisible by 10. So factor 100 and 60 by 10. So 100 divided by 10 is 10. 60 divided by 10 is 6. Then multiplied. 5 times 6 over 10. Then P equals 5 times 6 is 30 divided by 10. Then P will be 30 divided by 10 is 3. So we got the same answer. So the missing element here is percentage. So we use the formula percentage equals rate times base. So let's identify what is the missing element or the unknown element in this word problem. 16 is what percent of 20? So let's name the element. 16 will be our percentage because it is written before the word is. And is can be expressed as equal. And what percent will be our rate? Rate, okay. So this will be our rate because from the word percent. Then of times, then 20 will be our base. Okay. So let's name. So percentage will be 16 equals R times base value is 20. So based from the equation, the missing element is R. So based from the Tekans triangle or from the derived formula that we have, to get rate, all we have to do is divide the percentage by the base. Then R is equal to, value of percentage is 16 divided by 20. So R is equal to, so just divide 16 divided by 20. So 16 divided by 20. So we cannot divide 16 by 20. So we can add decimal point and 0 here. Then write the same place or above the decimal point, the new decimal point. So 160 divided by 20, that will be 8. 8 times 20 is 160. Then subtract 160 minus 160 is 0. So since percent is always in hundred form, we can write add 0 there and add 0 here. So this represents as 8 hundredths. So, so after putting that 8 hundredths, we will be dividing it by 100. Okay, so R is equal to 80. And do not forget to write the percent sign. So the missing term here, or the missing element here, is the rate. So the formula to get the rate is R is equal to P divided by the base. And do not forget to write the percent sign if rate is missing element or if we will be looking for the percent. So let's have this another example. 30% of what number is 27? So identify the element. So this will be our rate because of the percent sign. And of will be written as times. And what number represent as the base because it is written after the word of. And is will be expressed as equal sign. And 27 will be our percentage because it comes after the word is. Okay, then let's give the equal value of each element. So R is 30%. So first, write this one into a decimal form. So all we have to do is move two decimal places going to the right. So this will be 0.30 or 30 hundredths times base is equal to, the value of B is 27. So this will be our equation. Okay, so based from the given equation, B is the missing element. So according to Tekans triangle, the formula or from the derived formula that we have, base is equal to percentage divided by the rate. So base is equal to, the given value of percentage is 27 divided by 0.30. Okay. So if we divide 27 divided by 0.30, Okay, the answer will be 90. So here, the missing element is B. So to get the value of base, all we have to do is follow this formula. Base is equal to P divided by R. Okay, so hope you learned something from my video lesson or video tutorial. So for you to apply the skills or the knowledge that you've got from the previous discussion that we have, try to solve the unknown element in each question. First, you have to identify what is the unknown or the missing element in each item, and then get the value of that unknown element. So I will give you 60 seconds to do it. But if you think that 60 seconds is not enough, you can pause the video. Then afterwards, I will be showing the correct answer in each item. Good luck! Okay, time's up. Let me show you the answer in each item. So number one, what is 90% of 130? What is the missing or unknown element here? So the missing element here is the percentage. So the value of B is equal to 117. Number two, the missing element is R. Value of R is 35%. Number three, the missing element is B, and then the value of B is 120. Number four, missing element is B or base, and its value is 70. Number 5, the missing element is R and the value is 20%. So do not forget to write the percent sign. So hope you got 5 correct answer. It means you understand and you listen carefully on the discussions that we have. Thank you for listening and have a good day.